This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Welcome to this outing of the program Issues, of course, on the ABS Radio TV network. Well, yet again, we are here with another very important issue, an issue that is disturbing most families and the entire society. An issue that, if care is not taken, is permeating the nooks and crannies, in fact, the fabrics of the society. And that will be very dangerous. It concerns primarily our youths, who we know and look forward to as the leaders of tomorrow, including not too young to run. I'm Don Onyenji, and the issue today is cultism and related matters. Cultism and related matters. Cultism. Donya ndị court ana agba egbe na-eme nka. Ana akọ na asị na ọdụ kwa baba gwe mu ụmụ lele na ụmụazị. Ebe ka o si bịa. What is the source of this? And what are the needs, if at all? The consequences and every other thing that associates with cultism. In our studios today, we have two gentlemen. One of them is active in the field, very deeply active in this issue because he is empowered by law with his colleagues to look into it. I'm talking about the Police Public Relations Officer of the Anambra State Police Command, SP Haruna Mohammed. Haruna, you're welcome to our studios.
Good afternoon, listeners and viewers.
And also, of course, we have another young man who is in communication. He's senior special assistant to the governor of Anambra State on communications. I'm talking about Ikenna Nyabwasa. I can know in our studios. Yes. We'll begin. I'm Don Onyenji, as usual, and we'll begin with looking at cultism. You know, one may have so many perspectives. But perhaps some people who got into it ab initio may have had a different perception about it. Haruna Mohammed, from your perception and within the context of our discussion today, what is cultism?
Thank you very much, Mr. Don. The concept of cultism is a value-laden term. It means different things to different people. But for the purpose of this discussion, we need to narrow it from the legal point of view as well as the social context. From the legal context, Section 62 of the Criminal Code clearly defines a secret society as a unlawful society. And it is unlawful society because its activities constitute a threat to the public, and belonging to such secret society also constitute an offense, and it carry a sanction. So secret society or secret calls fall within the context of Section 62 of the Criminal Code Law of the Federation. And now we look at the concept of secret call from the social context. The secret call is a subcultural deviant. It's a group of people who have their own culture, their own attitude, and their own norms, which are contrary to that of the general society. And therefore, they are deviants because they are not acceptable by the generality of the society. And that is the social definition of cults.
What a definition, Dalo.
Thank you.
The Bayam, you go to Quanifine, and I swear, Makana, no why for that, Bakuno, for that, I could do to Wim, Nibo 1 9. The police relations officer, like I did tell you, is really well informed on this. So cultists, they be on the side of the law. Father registered. Regional Corporate Affairs Commission, if I not about where. So they are not a business organization.
Yes.
They are not. They don't have legal,
Backing.
statutory backing. I find they exist. And they require secret. If I name a secret, everyone among we are all the view of you. Yes. So of course. That is where we'll get to other issues around it. How do you see cultism actually from your point of view now?
Okay, I will differ a bit
from
the PPRO's definition of cultism.
Yeah.
Because we need to broaden the view and get a good perception of what cultism really is. Defining cultism, one could say...
Though I said within the context of our discussion.
Yes, but
there's no problem. Let's go from the wider view, no problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cultism, in essence, is the common belief or practice of a group of people. It could be spiritual, philosophical, or social. All right?
Yes.
Now, within that context, one cannot say it is bad. Because a group of people who come together for a common purpose, whether it is spiritual or philosophical or social, can be a church organization, a club, or anything else. But when secrecy is attached to it, biblically we say light and darkness has nothing in common. When you are doing something in the purview of light, then it is open and there is nothing to hide. But when you are enshrouded in secrecy, then one begins to suspect if there is something sinister about your motives and what you're doing. So within that context and what we are discussing today, one can now say that secret cults are bad. And with what we have seen happening within our society recently, we can conclude that there is nothing good about cultism in our society.
Okay, in a sense, conventionally, cultism or a cult can be a boardroom, like it's members of a board, a kind of cult, but with defined legal backing.
Exactly.
With purpose.
Exactly.
Well, just by mere reference, they are not like a court that they went and registered themselves secretly and all of that.
No.
They are only, it's referred to because you have some degree of confidence and, confidentiality about the business you're running, so you don't expose management decisions to the public, yes, or to anybody who shouldn't even know about it. That protects the sanctity of the organization.
Exactly.
So in that's what we refer to a board as a call, that kind of. But for the purposes of this discussion, practically speaking, and we are adding secret court here now.
Yes.
Because they are doing their things in darkness. Initiation as na faje we ni mafia somewhere. The way they recruit people and they don't advertise it. And and all of that. Haruna, why would anybody want to belong to a secret cult within the context of what we're discussing now? Because we have now defined the kind of cultism we are dealing with now. Yes.
Yes. There are so many factors that predispose people to join secret cults. And one of such factors is the youthful exuberance, because some people are adolescent and they have started growing of age, about to reach a maturity level. At that stage, they tend to see everything happening in the society from their own perspective as normal. And then issues such as this will make them to easily be subjected to secret cults, especially students at the campus. You see them, their friends or their peer groups ride vehicles, or they wear expensive things, and this they will be attracted with these things, or these fashionable things that their friends or their colleagues are wearing, and based on that they will be attracted, and they will easily be influenced by such friends into joining secret cults. And then also some people thought that joining secret cults will provide them a sort of security, especially what is happening nowadays in our society, both within the campuses and outside the campuses. There are so many threats and intimidation emanating from these groups. So people tend to take it as an option for finding sort of solace, not knowing that they are actually indulging themselves into more deeper problem. So they tend to join that as a way of defending themselves or defending their interests. For example, if somebody belongs to a secret cult and maybe he is friending a lady, and another person from that secret cult had interest on the lady and identified that man as a friend to that particular girl, he tend to use his secret cult might, to either intimidate or harass that particular man. So if that man doesn't have good counseling and doesn't have the privilege or the opportunity to report such incident to the law enforcement agency, he could be influenced by a rival cult group to join, who will make him believe that by joining the secret cult, they will also protect him from the opposing side. If somebody doesn't have a good socialization upbringing, he could be easily influenced into joining cult based on that. And then the luxury of life also influence people from to join cultism as well. The rate of poverty in our society, somebody could easily be lured into joining secret cult if somebody approaching with a good sting of life. And then another major factor that that predispose people to joining cultism, especially women, is the issue of party. Most times during party times, these are the major times when those secret cult, active members of the secret cult, used to lure their victims into joining cult, because they will first of all use hard drugs to hypnotize them, and then under good with good intention, their victim will go and take some food or some drinks at the party, not knowing that they have put something inside the food or inside the liquid substance they consume, and they will only wake up to find themselves either being initiated or even sexually assaulted. So these are some of the reasons that predispose people to finding themselves as members of secret cults.
Litany of it. Can you add to this?
Yeah.
Somebody, just a gentleman, a gentle boy, a lady, perhaps innocent, as at the time he got into the university, or even in secondary school, we're going to get to that, the permissive nature of that, suddenly becomes a cultist.
Yeah.
What happens?
Well, it can also be psychological.
Okay.
All right. The general feeling of insecurity, like the PPRO pointed out, and inferiority.
Okay.
And this is why in schools, secondary schools, and even in the university, we should encourage the guidance and counseling. All right. And encourage youths to make good use of this department in schools. Now, because if a young man growing up starts feeling inferior within a group of friends,
Yes.
that tendency is there to want to belong. Let's say, for instance, in a class, you have a group of boys who are always winning over the girls, who are always going to parties, who are always the alpha males, let me put it that way, and the other guy is feeling inferior. He wants to, without having this belief in himself that he can be a man of his own without joining those guys. So that feeling of inferiority comes into play. He wants to associate with them, and by so doing, he's lured into something that he wasn't actually open to originally.
Okay, thank you very much. PPRO, the police public relations officer, a very active one. I can beat my chest and say it. In Anambra State, you're well appreciated, actually. Now, can you tell us the degree of cultism in Anambra State and in Nigeria generally? I know as police communication person, you are the nexus of information and communication. I mean, at the point where these things, information, you are, and you access also what happens at the national level. So, Nigeria and then the microcosm Anambra. Can you give us an idea?
Yes, I don't have the statistics to make a comparative analysis between the rate of cultism in Anambra State and in particular and the nation at large. But based on what I am reading through the social and the print media and what is happening practically, I can say that cultism is a spatio-temporal issue. What I mean by spatio-temporal issue is that it is relative to time and it is relative to place. What is considered as cultism in one society might be considered as conformity in another society in the context of their perception. But in Anambra here, the rate at which cultism is increasing, I can beat my chest and say cultism is increasing in geometric progression. Cultism has become a social problem in Anambra State. And what I mean by a social problem, it is a condition affecting a significant number of people in a way considered undesirable, and it is felt by the majority that something must be done, and that thing should be done through collective social action. Because you will realize that the activities of cultism in Anambra State normally increase during festivities, maybe during festivals, or maybe during celebration, Yuletide period. This period, even during graduation, school graduation, or during school competitions, you discover that this activity of secret cult tend to increase in Anambra State. The worrisome situation is that children underage nowadays used to participate in the activities of secret cult in the state compared to in 2017 and 2016. Just recently, on the 4th of this month, there was a private school in Ogidi that was conducting their graduation ceremony, and to the greatest surprise of many, secret cults, secondary school children now decided to launch an attack in the school. And fortunately, there was an intelligence report, and the intelligence report was relayed to the police, who, in collaboration with the vigilante group in the area, they now took a proactive step by searching everybody that is coming to attend the graduation ceremony. And to the surprise of everybody, 3 suspects were arrested who doesn't have anything to do with that school, and they wore the school uniform. And they were searched, and 2 acts were found in their possession.
Acts?
Yes. And they are not even from Ogidi, they are from the neighboring community. So this to tell you the rate at which cultism is becoming a worrisome situation in the state. And like I said, during festivals are supposed to be a period where people rejoice, where people celebrate a particular culture, and it has now turned out to be an opportunity for these misguided elements to confront themselves to the extent of killing themselves or to the extent of maiming themselves, as it is glaring the immediate festival that took place in the state. So cultism in Anambra State is a very terrible thing, which need the support of the law enforcement agency as well as the general public in order to come out, join hands together, and stem the tide of this menace before it consumes us. And based on the statistics that we have been releasing from time to time, the arrests that the command is making through Operation Puff Adder and the anti-cultism unit, that is special anti-cultism unit, as well as divisional police officers across the state, you will agree with me that the issue of cultism is really a problem to contend with, because the arrest, every week we arrest not less than 40, 40, 50. Yes, 40, 50. Although not all the people that we arrest turns out to be members of secret cults. When we arrest them at their criminal hideouts, we used to conduct investigation and we screen some of them. And then those people who are actively involved in the activities of secret cults, they are being prosecuted. And of course, the underage, some of them who are first-time offenders, we profile them, we invite the parent and the community leaders, counsel them, and then warn them the right undertaking, and the parent will agree that with the undertaking that they are going to take care of their children. And we warn them that if we arrest such people engaging in such activities again, we are going to take further legal action against them.
So much. Ikenna, you've seen that this is serious.
It is.
Mgbe jikuze na ndị cult nokuze na n'ogbe na secondary school na-eme graduation afọ ụmụaka ọzọ kafa ji anyike as wee batakwu ebe anwa ọ dịkwa nke information ọ dịka ọma ndị peculiar to ebe a maka ife na-eme ebe dị anya ya na-emekwa ebe ọzọ. Kedu the degree of information inwe about this cultism in our society?
Nke bụ eziokwu, cultism abụlugo a big problem in the society, not peculiar to Anambra State alone. It has spread almost through the states, all the states in Nigeria. And it's so unfortunate that this thing trickled down from the universities and spread through the society to the extent that we now find cultists in secondary schools and among group of people in the streets. Okay. Those who are not even in the school. Those who are not even in secondary school or the universities, street traders, artisans, and all of that, they all belong to one secret cult or the other. And it is worrisome and something that needs to be nipped in the bud. The security agencies are doing their best, like the PPRO said, and these arrests, I have been seeing them every week, scores and scores of arrests, and it is beginning to be a problem, one that is cutting deep into the system and needs to be attended to quickly. There are so many areas that we need to touch on. The family system especially. What are parents doing about this? What are community leaders doing about this? What is the societal structure in communities doing about this?
We'll come to that. If you've just joined us, this is Issues coming to you from the live radio studios of the ABS. We're generating the signals from Awka, the capital city of Anambra State. And the topic today is cultism and related matters. In our studios, we have the Police Public Relations Officer in Anambra State, SP Haruna Mohammed, and of course, a young man, Ikenna Nyaboso, is Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Anambra State on Communication. The two of them are very qualified to talk about this, and listening to them, you realize that I'm saying the obvious. Ikenna was in university, so university life. When you're about university, Makona, man, they survive or cultism, man, they ban me. ma ndị nwụrụ anwụ n'ime ma ndị a chọrọ n'ime yes and the ọnụ gụnwa na-ege anyị ntị ya nwapụ ife anyị na-ekwu ama nkọwazelu kelu meaning cultism secret cult amacha n'ọzọ na-enyere anya n'ebe ị nọ ịmalụ ka o si dị ọ na-eme ka ọ na ọ dị eme ọ bụ na ọ na-eme kele uche gị anyị chọrọ information chọọ advice maka na ụmụazị a ọ bụ na ejideta ọfa ịma na echife ewelezi mmadụ ibe family pepper soup na barbecue fire emie ọ ndị okenye ka ọ dụrụ ikwubo okwu kịta onye ọbụla amalụ ka esi tinye aka ka anyị save ụmụaka anyị na ụfọdụ ba n'ime amakwa n'ife a na-eme yes solutions police is part of solution and you people are armed to arrest. And then when it comes to discipline, you prosecute and send to prison and then hand over to court to finish the person or make the and then to the prison to reform or to whatever or Jerusalem Gamplo Kanya Nozeba India. So what are the solutions, to tidying up this so that it will reduce in brief actually? Yes.
The major solution to secret cult activities is good moral upbringing. This good moral upbringing constitutes so many things, and one of such things is socialization, proper socialization. Socialization is a process through which we acquire personality and develop the capacity to function both as an individual and as a member of a society or a group. And there are agents of socialization. We have the family. If a child is born with a blank mind. Psychologists call it tabula rasa. If somebody is born into the society, he is born with a blank mind, meaning that everything that a man does, he acquires it in the society through stages. Therefore, the family is the first port of call of socialization. The parent is their responsibility to start teaching the children about morality, about moral value, to inculcate the norms and values of the society. Then goes to school. School also, the teachers have a responsibility to inculcate discipline and values. Then we have the peer group. The peer group also make a very important factor influencing the behavior of the children. So as parents, you're supposed to know the responsibility, who does your child.
Okay.
Then we have the community,
yes.
You have the religious institution,
and the society generally.
Yes, and the society generally.
Yes, sorry, Ikenna, I think we are going. So your parting statement, because we have just 1 minute, in fact, 30 seconds to leave.
Yes, like the PPRO said.
Yes.
It starts from the home.
The home, family. Ebe akobido.
Mgbe nwa ibido ibe low waist, maybe isi dada, but able no late, associate with ndị maro. You have the signals. You can see ibido check bia n'oge.
But we thank the Police Relations Officer Haruna Muhammad SP for coming. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And thank you, Ken Nanabos, SSA to Governor on Communications. Thank you for coming. I'm Don Onyenchi. Thank you for being part of this. Tomorrow in the family and the society. I don't know. Thank you.